Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you about the animals, okay? And this is the book that I created, okay? So this is the first book of animal books. So this is the first page. I'm going to teach you how to memorize the animals, okay? So the first one, we're going to memorize the cow, okay? Cow, we call it new in here, okay? So I'm using this mnemonic way, so you also new, you can also remember like new, you know, like something new, you know, like you have a new clothes, those kind of thing new. So but the tone you put it as new, okay? And also, since we are learning cow as new, so we're gonna do the same thing ending with a cow. We call it we call it sui niu. Sui is mean water, okay? Niu is cow, okay? So they are related. So you see, this is cow is niu, and water buffalo, we call it sui niu, okay? All right. So now we're gonna go to the next one. We call it a rhinoceros. We call it a si niu. How do you remember C? C, just try to remember in English alphabet as A, B, C, C, okay? So C, new is a rhinoceros, okay? So now you learn three things from the cow. You can relate. New is cow, sui new is water buffalo, and C new is rhinoceros, okay? Now, the next thing we remember the horse. Horse we call ma, okay? Ma is a horse, okay? Now, you can always remember horse like you call it mama, you know, like a mother, ma, okay? A little bit lower the tone. So we call ma, horse. Now, the next thing, we call it hippo, okay? Hippo, we call it he ma, okay? Now, her, you can also remember like in English like her, H-E-R, like, you know, her food, you know, those kind of thing. So you say it as her ma, except no R, okay? No R ending. So her ma is hippo, okay? Now, the next one, we call it a zebra, okay? Zebra, we call it pan ma, okay? Remember, B sound like a P sound, as with the no aspiration, that means no air come out. If you can pronounce P with no air, like P, okay, so that's called pan ma. If you cannot pronounce like a P, then you might as well just use a B, okay? So this is called pan ma, which is Chinese do not say ban ma, okay? Chinese usually say pan ma, okay? So those are zebra, so we are related. Pan is mean by itself, it means stripe. Now the next thing, let's see. Okay, so now the horse, we have three related, okay? Ma, okay? And then the next thing, we call it her ma. And the next one, zebra, we call it pan ma, okay? So those are the three one. Oh, her ma, her is mean river, okay? So that's the next one. We're gonna remember the chicken, okay? You see chicken, we have hen, we have chicken, and we have a small chick, okay? So you just remember chicken, we call it ji, okay? This J-I sound is, if you just drop the kun in there, just like the same sound like ji, okay? You can remember that. Chicken like ji, okay? Now, the small chicks, we call it xiao ji. Xiao is means small, okay? Xiao ji is a small chicks, okay? It's a chicks, okay? So you call it xiao ji. Now, the hen, we call it mu ji. How do you say mu? Like you call it mu, you know, like the sound of the cow, but this one is mu, okay? So mu ji, okay? Mu is also mean female, or and at the same time mean mother. Okay, so you just remember. So far you don't have to remember so many things. Just remember 母鸡. Okay, you try to relate 母 like like 母. Okay, so 母鸡 is a hen. Now rooster, we call it 公鸡. This G, the translation as G, it sounds like K. Okay, so when you sound it, it's like 公鸡. Okay, so it sounds like K. Okay, 公 is basically means a grandpa. Okay, so grandpa chicken, we call it rooster. Okay, so you just memorize like that. Okay, so a 鸡 and then 小鸡, 母鸡 and 公鸡. Okay, since you're the beginner, you don't have to remember all of the things. Just try to remember the sounds of it. Okay, and the name of the animals. Now the next one is the easy one. The next one, turkey. Turkey, we call it 火鸡. Okay, 火 is mean fire, but in Chinese. So in other words, that you mean a fire chicken. We call it turkey. You see, when I create this book, look like a lot of fire. Okay, so fire chicken, we call 火鸡. 火 is fire. Okay, so these are the chicken. Now, so you related the chicken, all of this. Okay, 小鸡, 鸡, 母鸡, 公鸡, and 火鸡. Now the next one is called duck. Duck is very easy to remember. You see, duck is only ya. Ya is called ya. But how do you remember? You just remember like yaki. Okay, yaki just drop the sound like ya. Okay, so ya is like sounds like yaki. So except you don't sound yak. Okay, you just say ya. Okay. Now the next one, we call it swan. Swan, we call it 天鹅. Okay, 天 is mean sky. Okay, so is mean swan. Okay, so you just have to remember 天鹅. Okay, it sounds like number 2. 2 is but this is okay, so the tone is slightly different, so you try to remember that. Okay, now the next one, we call penguin. Penguin, we call 企鹅. Okay, like cheese. You remember cheese? 企鹅. Okay, so some of the sounds, if you don't remember, you just practice. Okay, if I have nothing for you to relate, you just practice. Okay, then just repeat the books and you can get it eventually. And certain things is very easy, like pig you can remember right away. Pig is, we call it 猪. Okay, 猪 it sounds like when you eat gum. Remember, you don't eat gum, you chew gum. Okay, so 猪 is like you chewing gum, so 猪 is like 猪 is pig. Okay, so you remember by the chewing gum, 猪 is pig. Okay, now the next one we call koala. Koala, bear. Okay, these are all related. Okay, now we're gonna teach you about bear. We call it actually I should teach you more about dog first. Okay, so dog, we call it 狗. Okay, 狗 is mean dog. Okay, like go. Okay, but this is not go, this is 狗. Remember, G is sound like K, so it's called 狗. And then cat, we call it 猫. Okay, not meow. Okay, remember, it's 猫. Okay, so this 狗 and 猫, you remember this, then you can easily to remember the these three things: koala, bear, and panda. Okay, so how do you remember? If you remember dog, 狗, then you add 熊 in behind. 熊 is mean by itself, mean bear. Okay, so if you put dog in front of 熊, we call it bear. We call 狗熊. Okay, now if you put the cat behind the bear, we call it 熊猫. It means panda. Okay, so in other words, you remember 狗 and 猫. 狗 you put bear behind because try to remember dog is bigger than cat. So you put the 熊 behind 狗熊, it means bear. Okay, bear is big. Okay, so now if you put the cat is smaller, so you try to remember. If you put cat behind the bear, 熊猫 means panda. So now you know one stone killed 4 birds. So remember 狗猫 and then 狗熊 and 熊猫. Okay, now if you add one more, this is called a koala. Koala also mean 树熊. Su is also mean tree. Okay, so koala always in the tree. Okay, so you call 树熊 is a koala. So now all these things is I'm teaching you as the way is very easy to remember by relate and by using the same either the same ending character and they are animals, so you can remember right away as long as you remember go and mao, and you remember go is bigger, so you put the go in the front, 熊 in the behind become bear. Okay, and then you put the cat is smaller, you put it behind, become panda. So that's easy to remember. Then you add one more 树熊. Okay, 树熊 is like koala. Okay, so now this is done. Now the last thing we remember is, these are easy. This is what we call yang. Okay, how do you remember sheep or goat? You remember, young, old or young. Okay, if you remember I'm young, you are old. So those young is the same thing, but except this one you call it yang. Okay, you try to you don't have to bother with all this tone. You just remember yang. Okay, yang is a sheep. Then you come to if you add one more in the front. Okay, san yang. San is mean mountain. Okay, so you have number 3 is also sound, the same sound with san. Okay, number 3, okay, is same sound. So this one is san, but these are different character. Okay, remember Chinese is a tone language. You could have the same tone but doesn't have the same meaning. Okay, so this is san. So just remember 3, the same sound. So it's gonna be mountain goat, san yang. Okay, and this one is called yang. Okay, it's a sheep. Okay, so yang or san yang. Okay, so now this is the first book you got to remember. Every day you just look at this. You can just review and practice, and all my students know from they literally, they don't even need the book. They know what is from the first page is 牛 水牛 犀牛 马 河马 斑马 and 鸡 小鸡 母鸡 公鸡 火鸡. Okay, and the next thing 鸭. Okay, 天鹅. Okay, and the next thing we have a 企鹅 猪 树熊 狗熊 and then 狗 猫 and 熊猫 山羊 and then 羊. Okay, so this is the first book. We are done with it. So I hope continue to practice. Okay, so you have to familiar all this, and later on I will you can check it out. I will have all the books or the practice in my Facebook page, so you can come to copy, or if you like the book you can always order. Okay, and this is the book I wrote 2 of these a step-by-step guide to writing Chinese. So you can order this from Amazon. They have it there too. So this is the way I create the same thing. You can see a little bit, So this is the one. If if you see from sheep, it's called yang. I use the simplest character in the front first before you reach the difficult one. So yang. So how do you do it? So the kids usually they like to color, you know, all these things, so they can color. Okay, when to color? When after they finish practice. Okay, so you can reward them with the coloring. So this is the step by step teach you how to write sheep. Start with this stroke, 2 stroke, and then go this. See this, all this step by step. And then after that, let's tell you the place called sheep, yang. Then you're gonna trace this, all this. So you trace all this yang. Once you trace already, you're familiar, then you can write it on your own. Okay, all this. Okay, so this is finish the sheep. Okay, then when you finish, then they can practice. Excuse me. So they can color. Okay, so this book has a lot of all the characters with from the front to back. Okay, all kind of things. So if you don't have the books, then later I link the practice. You can copy it yourself. Okay, so so this is it. Okay, so this is the first book I'm going to teach you for today. And also at the end, usually I teach the students some review, even though they don't know anything, but you just memorize it. Okay, this is called how are you. Okay, how are you? How do you say how are you? We call it ni hao ma. Okay, ni is mean you, how is mean good, ma is no meaning, is a question. Okay, so you're gonna say ni hao ma. Okay, so this is hi, ni hao ma. So this is called ni hao ma. This is called how are you. Okay, now the next thing we say, how do you say I love you? Because 我爱你. 我 is like, you can remember like wall. Okay, like you have a wall, W-A-L-L, wall, except you don't sound the L. Okay, 我 I is like in English I. Ni you can memorize as like your knee. Okay, but remember the tone. Okay, you just follow the tone. 我爱你. Okay, so this is called I love you. This one you can easily practice. And the next one we call it 谢谢. 谢谢 means thank you. Okay, it's a double character. 谢谢. Okay, this is probably sound like sh, you know. 谢谢. Okay, 谢谢 is means thank you. Okay, the next thing is called goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, so goodbye we call it 再见. Okay, remember this 再, this is a pinyin spelling, they call it 再见. Actually in Chinese we never say 再见. Okay, this is only like foreigners. Okay, so if you want to say a perfect tone, 再 is like they almost sounds like a ch. Okay, 再 as I don't pronounce out the h. Okay, 再见. Okay, 再见. Okay, try to pronounce it. Okay, sound if it's right. Okay, 再见. Okay, so this is good goodbye. So now you have to practice. This is just extra word. You can say 你好吗, and then 谢谢, and 我爱你, and 再见. Okay, so I guess that is it for today's lessons, and then we'll continue the book 2 next time. Okay, but before you go to book 2, you have to be familiar with the book 1, and then you have to memorize the word and do some homework. Okay, so I'll see you soon, and then if you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, and see you soon again. Bye bye.